Well, hello everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Protagonist's story of his responsibility at being ahead of the Kujo mansion. We learned that Saya was the protagonist's sister, not girlfriend, sister. Anywho, let's begin with the story. This is so intriguing. Excuse me. My sister Saya and I found the doll in a wood box while sorting the warehouse. The moment I broke the seal and saw her, I could sense something sinister, but it took a while longer to fully understand what she truly is. If only there had been records. But great-grandfather, who sealed her, didn't leave any before his early death. Because of that, his descendants weren't told about the doll. I managed to learn the doll had been loaned to an army lab during the war. A strange old man who lived in an underground shelter told me. Then I went overseas to try to get more information on the doll. But I got into an accident while away and was presumed missing. So Saya became the new family head of the Kujo mansion. I wasn't able to contact her until after she had inherited the title. It wasn't something worth contesting, so I explained everything and had her keep up the facade that I was missing. Public records still stated Masamune. Kujo was very much alive, of course. I couldn't have used my passport or license otherwise. I'm off topic, sorry. I only just returned to the country last week. Other psychics abroad all agreed it would be bad to leave the doll be. A Nenjibutsu inside the doll still surprised its cursed power, but I realized that it was almost at its limit. If I left it alone, it would crumble. Then it'd be impossible to suppress the cursed power of the doll. That was worst case scenario. But what was to be done? The answer I came up with was to remove the Nenjibutsu from the doll temporarily. Its impurity would be cleansed after a month stored in a pure area. And then I'll place it back in the doll. If I succeed, the doll's power will be sealed for a few more decades. But the problem is that 1 month. I have no idea what kind of curse will be released when the doll's unsealed. I'll do what I can to prevent disasters, but my power can't compare to the Nenjibutsu. I can't guarantee anything. There may be victims again, like the tragedy 50 years ago. But this is a necessary evil. It must be done in order to prevent even more people from falling victim. After this, I'll disassemble the doll and remove the Nenjibutsu. I pray everything goes according to plan and the worst of evils is avoided. I hope this record isn't needed. But if the one listening to this has a loved one who's fallen victim to the curse, then I'm very sorry. That's horrible. That's so sad. Trying to keep the doll under wraps, but the idol has to be purified after each year. Whew. The recording ends there. Damn it! I clenched my fists so hard, my nails digging into my palms. Yes, the voice on the tape was mine, but I'm furious with it. I don't know what person at all. The mark has claimed too many victims, so over the past month, I even lost my little sister Saya. Was she just another inevitable victim that the voice spoke of? What should I choose? I guess it had to be done. Or I can't forgive him. It had to be done. It had to be done. I'm Haruo Cortella, but I'm also Masamune Kujo. I understand why he felt as if he had to do that. It was his fate. The Kujo family are forever linked to that cursed doll. Ugh. Kanan Soldier End. That is a very long story. Two months have passed. The occasional cool breeze signals that summer is almost over. I've spent my time putting the case of the mark to rest as best as I can. I put Saya to rest by burying the rabbit and contacted the surviving mark bearers. Aww. Saya's burial. Putting the Buddha statues on places of honor was also one of those tasks. They weren't connected to the mark after all, but I couldn't have just leave them there. Plus, there was no way Christie'd keep quiet about the statues. So with her guidance, and Yasuka, Diamond, and Banshee's help, I carried the broken statues out of the shelter and returned them to each shrine. But by now, my memory has completely returned. Things didn't quite go as originally planned, but at least the danger has passed. I don't think my decision as Masamune Kujo was wrong. But at times, waves of powerlessness and despondency overwhelm me. When I think of the victims of the mark and of Saya in particular, my chest hurts. I want to do something for them as the new head of the Kujo family. You go do that. Make things right. About the memories I've regained, I became the Kujo family head 7 years ago. I'll admit, I was a bit of a recluse. I left the public appearances to Saya, preferring to stay out of the spotlight. The only photos of me are from small local newspapers. I uncovered Mary by accident in the family's warehouse 5 years ago. It was a discovery that changed my life. I traveled extensively abroad in order to learn more about Mary. In one country, I got into an accident and fell into a coma for half a year. Even worse, that country proceeded to treat me as an unidentified traveler. I don't know if that was merely my terrible luck, or if Mary's curse had something to do with it. When I was finally able to contact home, Saya had already become the new head. The rest was the tape said. I had no idea that Mary's power was far greater than I had imagined. All of my efforts to suppress her power were completely useless. My memories unraveled faster than I thought. How did Mary come to be in the first place? One theory says a doll maker in the 19th century used magic to create her. Another says the spirit of a young girl who died prematurely took up residence in a doll. In the end, it's still a mystery. No one knows what happened to create a doll like that. We only know that each of Mary's owners died tragic deaths. Shortly after the turn of the 20th century, she became to be owned by the head of the Cujos. He either didn't know of the curse or simply didn't believe it. Disasters began befalling the family. Mary gained enough power to become sentient and produced spirits. Then the tragedy in the shelter happened. The seething grudges of the experiments, victims, and the Buddha statues, they may have triggered her awakening. Whatever Mary's true identity is, the fact remains she altered many people's fates, mine and the mark bearers included. Speaking of, an update on the surviving mark bearers? Mo! Oh. How many weeks did I do your voice and see you? Man, it's been weeks. Mo Watanabe became a part-timer writer for her favorite magazine, Oop Arts Monthly. She sometimes comes to Kujo Mansion to interview me about spirits and ghosts. Tsukasa Yoshida is studying every day for the middle school exams next year. He bragged in his letter to me about how well he did in the national mock test. Castiel! Castiel! Oh, I missed Mashita. Hold on. Satoru Mashita brought me a drink like he promised. Seems he's thinking about me becoming a private detective. Whoops. Seems he's thinking about becoming a private detective. He actually asked me if I wanted to go out with him. That's not what he said. He actually asked me if I wanted to join him. Was he serious? I don't know for sure. I ship them. Sho Nagashima is picking fights, riding his bike, and doing whatever he wants as usual. But recently, out of the blue, I heard he's joined his neighbor's baseball team. Christy Arimura has started writing an essay exposing all of her past affairs. She's trying to get back into the industry. Well, good for her. Suzu Morimiya was able to see her father. Lately, she started asking me for advice about how to get her parents to reconcile. I have no idea if I helped at all, but she says they sometimes have meals together now. Oh, that's nice. She's getting her family back together. Eida Nakamatsu has gone back to surfing the BBS every day as usual. But what's new is he's been stopping by the city employment center. I guess he wants to get a steady job to be a role model for Suzu. Best of luck to him. A day doesn't go by that I don't see Kashiwagi on TV as part of Love and Hero. She sent a ticket like she promised, but I need to drum up some courage to go to a concert for teens, alone at my age. Tawaku Yasoka is still working as a fortune teller in Jinzo. Apparently, she believes I have spiritual powers or something. She keeps sending me customers with spirit problems to the mansion. I wish she'd stop. Keep the business going. You make connections. Madoka Hiro spends her days working as a researcher while also visiting the shelter. Her and Banshee squabble a lot, but I wish she'd stop complaining to me about it. Shuji Diamond seems to be doing better now, like a weight's been lifted off of his chest. He's in the process of convincing officials to publicize the shelter and build a memorial for it. Banshee Ito has returned to his beloved underground shelter. He stops by the mansion sometimes, filling the place with his scent. Of course, he comes to beg me for food. All of our friends. The ones we have saved. All returning. For good old times. Who wants that? Everybody. That was a weird sound. Now then. I finish my break and return to the workbench in the corner of the room. Over the past 2 months, Mary has managed to repair herself. Her power hasn't completely come back yet, but she's still extremely frightening. Hold on. My voice is breaking. Can't contain it very long. I apologize. The Nenji Butsu alone won't be enough to continue sealing her powers in the years to come. I must prepare extra spiritual measures. It's taken a long time to get those ready, but today I finally finished. Once everything is complete, I replaced the Nenjibutsu inside Mary. Finally, it's over. Is it over? Or just the beginning of the end? I pick Mary up and put her in wood box. 5 years. This all started when I opened the lid of this box. Aw, she's still cute. I know she was frightening, but man, when you see her like this, she's so cute. Mary stares up at me from the depths of the box. I have no idea if she's aware of what's happening right now. But there's no doubt she'll regain her powers when the Ninjibutsu wears out decades from now. I'm determined to find a way to destroy this cursed doll before that happens. Until that day, you need to stay asleep, Mary. What? Oh, wow. I finished the game. Oh my god. Oh my god. I so got chills. Oh my god, I finished the game. I thought there was gonna be so much more. Oh, man. Well, that was a cool story. And I don't know what to say for this, but it was very exciting. All the endings and everything, I'm completely blown away. So, this has been a good journey to know about this game. It was very exciting. I love the characters, the music, everything. The boss battles was a challenge, but it was pretty cool. Very cool indeed. That was a very great game. The gallery has been added to the title screen. You are able to view the game illustrations. I'm saving. What? What's this? And now, a lot of time has passed. What's happening? Is there something more? The muted chirping of insects gently drift along a breeze that enters the mansion. It's cool enough to sleep through the night again. It's nearly autumn after all. I stare out the window at the unchanging scenery without really seeing it. Clouds in the distance rumble with thunder. As if on cue, a chill wind brushes up against the window pane. Rain again, huh? I comment because otherwise it feels like I'm in a dream. It's as if a stranger is speaking. I stare at the leaden sky. Even though I'm resting in a chair, I feel like I'm somewhere far away. When I shift, I see out the corner of my eye the stack of books piled on the desk. Some were pretty difficult to get my hands on. But I don't feel like reading them anymore. I could read all of them, and none will give me any type of clue. That's all I've learned after all. This time, wasted. The longer I try, the further away it gets. That thing sleeping in the wooden box. I head downstairs to make myself some coffee. Ooh. So there is more to do things. Oh my god. Oh my god. There's some more. There's a sudden knock at the door. That hollow sound doesn't bring back good memories. It used to signal the arrival of new mark bearers to the mansion. But that's in the past now. I swing the door open. Standing in front of me is... Guess? Hiya! Well, Watanabe.
Is now a good time, mister? Oh, if it isn't, then tell me and I'll leave you alone.
Yeah, it's fine. Mo flashes a carefree smile and steps inside with a pep in her step. Just her presence makes this place feel less gloomy. With a start, I realize that Mo isn't only visitor. It's been a while. I'm sorry for coming without contacting you. Tsukasa, this is rare. Why are you here? It's been a while since we met up, so we talked about what happened.
And obviously the topic came to you. So I told him that I visit you a lot, and that he would come with me.
No big deal, right?
No big deal, right?
I was just getting bored. Of course I don't mind. I was just getting bored.
Yeah? I figured as much. You seem the type with time on your hands.
I haven't seen them both together since the mark. I'm almost out of time, but this is interesting. This is like the end. The actual end. This is the start of something more, and I'm excited there is some more. Alright, so we'll continue with this segment. Sorry, okay, hold on, let me refresh that. So for this last story in the next segment, so blessed be, show some support. I love you guys. Bye and good night.